Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
It's that time again. We're here with a listener mailbag episode featuring your emails. Again, you can always reach us. We are hello@girlsgonehallmark.com. Send your thoughts on all things Hallmark. As you'll see, it is quite the mixed bag of items. Don't forget, we do have a phone number too. 949-329-8090 if you want to leave us a voicemail with all of your deep Hallmark thoughts.
Oh my gosh, call us. And you'll appear here on the podcast.
That's right.
And you don't even have to say your name, identify yourself, whatever. Just give us a call. That would be super fun. We haven't had one in a minute since our friend Shannon from Australia.
It is hard to live up to the standards set by Shannon with her adorable accent.
Exactly.
But, you know, we believe in you.
Exactly. You want me to start us off?
I do.
Josh wrote in regarding Curious Caterer. And he says, thanks so much for spreading the word about Curious Caterer on your blog. I've shared it with my family and friends who are huge fans. We've gone the next step and launched a petition. If you do any more content around Curious Caterer, do you mind mentioning? So here we are mentioning the Curious Caterer petition on change.org. And they are trying to urge Hallmark to produce more Curious Caterer movies.
We will link both the blog posts that we wrote with the latest Curious Caterer updates direct from Nikki DeLoach herself, as well as this petition. They currently have 364 signatures. Their goal is to get to 500 signatures to urge Hallmark to make some more Curious Caterer episodes.
Question for you. Do you think these online petitions help her? Has anybody seen them? I'm curious what your opinion is.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I honestly, in my opinion, I think it's best to get into Hallmark's on their social media. You need to be like, they're going to be most responsive over there.
Just flood their social media.
I'm not suggesting flood them, but you know, when Hallmark on Instagram posts something about, hey, Sugar and Vice came out this weekend, in the comments say, hey, when can we get an update on Curious Caterer? And maybe they'll respond.
Good idea.
I think a social media team is going to be more responsive than a petition. But that is my opinion. That is my opinion. If you guys know, you know.
All right, next up, Marianne wrote, regarding one Christopher Palaha as Jimmy Stewart in a holiday movie. My dog just came downstairs with a candy wrapper in his mouth. I've got teenagers, so 3 guesses about where that came from.
He was so proud. Like, his whole body language was completely different.
He's like, got a Sour Patch Kids. Hold on. We'll make this a visual episode. I'll take a photo so you can see just exactly. Back to Marianne's email. She says, hi, Megan and Wendy. I love listening to you guys every week, whether I'm driving on my commute, cooking, or on a run. So many times I wish your podcast was a radio program with the ability for us to call in.
Marianne.
From your lips to the Sirius XM ears. Especially when you don't know the answer to a question. The other day, I was running while listening and was yelling out loud, small town Christmas, small town Christmas, when you couldn't remember which movie Christopher Palaha channeled Jimmy Stewart. Wish I could have called in then. Luckily, no one was on the street when I was yelling this. Thank you, Marianne.
That's hilarious. Also, Marianne, we do have a phone number you can call in. We may not be a live radio call-in show, but what's our phone number?
949.
There you go.
329-8090.
Call us next time you're on your run. I would love it. I would love it. Hey, writer-inner Francisco has resurfaced. I know he's just waiting for The Way Home to drop, and we'll hear from him more on the reg. Francisco writes, hey, Megan and Wendy. Again, I watched 2 movies this month. Hey, the Olympics were on. No, that's all good.
It's not homework, Francisco.
Yeah, it's all good over here. I really enjoyed Because of Cupid. I miss seeing Amy Graining at Christmas and think she totally has leading lady energy. This one, oddly, This one started oddly, I'll admit. Hal seemed like some over-the-top weirdo. It, of course, made sense when he gave the ingredient, and further when we discovered he was Cupid. I did like that magical realism element. Overall, I really enjoyed the story and supporting cast and how each relationship played out in the end. It was a real fun romantic comedy. I'm going to stop there. I watched this movie in a fever dream.
And you think you didn't like it?
I think I didn't like it.
I liked it. I thought it was real cute.
So what are your thoughts then on his commentary here about Hal and the magical realism and Amy Graining, etc.?
I agree with all of it. I love Amy Graining. I want to see more of her. I would love to see her lead a limited series. I think she would be great doing that. I liked the Hal is Cupid disappearing magical shop element of it all. I thought it was cute.
Will we ever review it?
I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it at this point.
Same, girl. Same. Francisco goes on. Okay, he says, I have to say I agree with Megan on the stars between us. It fell flat. I was rooting more for Travis and Claire than Kim and Malcolm. We see them meet for like 5 minutes 7 years ago, and they're meant to be together? ? Are you kidding me ? We never saw them mention the other person in any important manner except her influencing his career. Also, the on-camera flirting, okay, she wants to be taken seriously and she does that. It was ridiculous. I felt there was no real stakes. And yes, I also thought of We Met in December. Look, I like that movie. I do think it had its problems.
It was fine for me. I didn't hate it. I know a lot of the people on our Facebook group are like, I can't believe Megan came for this movie. I didn't hate it. I just don't think it was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Did you come for it?
I don't think I did.
I think you just said I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I think you were disappointed by it because you were most excited for it.
I think that's fair.
And I do agree that our two leads, I wanted to see them together more.
Yeah.
Because they were so good.
Yeah. Steve emailed regarding our episode reviewing The Secret Ingredient. Steve says, so Rocky Mountain Christmas needs to be watched. Palaha once stated in an interview that it's one of Hallmark's most watched premieres. Got to get in tune with that Hallmark history. Now, it didn't translate here, but in his email, there was a little winky face emoji. The Secret Ingredient, I really appreciate the podcast's honesty. Don't always find that. I'm not surprised Wendy called it a grocery store cupcake. Nice passive-aggressive way of saying thumbs down or meh without being critical. Grocery store cupcakes suck, in my opinion. I mean, agree to disagree, Steve. Most people always shape their narratives. If a person likes a movie, the plot holes are glossed over. If someone dislikes a movie, the plot holes are magnified. And this movie's no different. The nitpicking of what you didn't like is crazy off the charts.
Were we being nitpicky and off the charts? I mean,
I think that's the implication. I don't think we were any more nitpicky than we ever are.
is this Mailman Steve?
I think so.
He's usually a fan of ours. It's okay. Like, I'll take criticism.
I mean, I think it's fair to say Steve was disappointed by us.
He's not alone. Somebody else told us that their heart hurt that we didn't like this
People
movie.
love this movie. I honestly didn't dislike this movie either.
I think it was me who disliked it.
Okay. One of you questioned why Penny's character would buy the diner. The quote was, what does this bozo know about fried chicken?
That was me, Steve. Wendy.
He bought the diner because he's still in love with Kelly and wants a do-over. Has nothing to do with his niche of culinary talents. He says, I don't always agree with your takes, but it's always a fun listening. Steve. Are you in the mood to take something personally?
Kind of a little bit. The Lexapro is not Lexapro here. I might cry, actually. Okay, there's a couple things I just want to address here. I appreciate you adding that the winky face emoji did come after. Gotta get in tune with the Hallmark history. Steve, we try. We really try. There is a big library of Hallmark movies. And while we've been doing this 5 years, we have not seen every movie.
No, and we've done over 600 episodes. We're working. Look, I do think, and I think the winky face emoji is appropriate because I think, are doing the work. We do throwback movies, and I think we're doing the work. We're trying here, folks.
And then I just apologize for everybody who loves The Secret Ingredient. It just was not for me. It was not for me.
And we love Penny and Cahill very much.
I love both those actors. I just didn't like this movie, and I apologize. But I would also like to point out that I believe it was Megan who said
Great. What? Bring it.
that you said that Brendan Penny's character was trying to break out of the pastry chef niche. So, and that's why he bought the diner. So that Steve's criticism is of you on that one, but everything else.
But you did own the what does this bozo know about fried chicken line?
Yes, it was.
All right.
Yes, it was.
So great. The blame is shared equally. All right. Lisa emailed us about Jen Lilly.
Oh no, I don't know if I can take it.
Okay. Well, look, she sent honestly quite a long,
Thoughtful email
about, with her thoughts on Jen Lilly. I do want to read this. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I want to read one part. She says, a few years ago, I got to be an extra in a Great American Family Christmas movie with her. And at one point, it was really late, and I got to sit next to her, and I told her how much I loved her Hallmark movies. She said she felt like she didn't get the exposure on Great American Family that she got on Hallmark Channel. She said she was very nice and said that she went to Great American Family because she has a strong faith and she wanted to help make a channel focused on faith more popular. Then she said she was not in alignment with some of the things that were being said and promoted on Great American Family. So that's helpful for me to hear.
Absolutely.
Lisa sends a follow-up email and she says, I got caught up on your podcast today, so I was looking for an old episode to listen and I heard your review of Mingle All the Way.
Sorry, Lisa.
Man, it was brutal, LOL. I am not ever watching it again because I, like Megan, have fond memories and I don't want to F that up. I also listened to the Guiding Emily episode and it was great. It amazes me the things you guys see that I don't. I tried to find your review of My Christmas Guide, but I was driving. Maybe you didn't review it. We have not. If you didn't, you should. I think the actor who played the blind man is blind IRL, but I'm not sure. I really liked it, but I liked Mingle too, LOL. She finishes by saying, I also wanted to say that in order to be able to tell you guys apart by voice, I had to watch one of your interviews with Kimberly Sustad. But now I don't have any trouble. That's a follow-up to our can you tell who's who question that we posed.
Yeah. I think our voices sound totally different.
I do too.
I also wanted to add, we have so many videos on our YouTube channel. If you go to look at it, what is the... This is how often I post over there. I don't. Is it Girls Gone Hallmark on YouTube or Megan and Wendy?
It was once upon a time, long story short. Mm-hmm. But if you just search Girls Gone Hallmark YouTube, it might even be linked in our show notes. And if it's not, we should add it. But if you just search Girls Gone Hallmark YouTube, it will pull up our YouTube channel. There are 978 videos there. However, many of those are podcast episodes.
Yeah, audio files.
Yeah, our podcast is distributed over there. But if you click on videos, you could either scroll back through hundreds and hundreds of podcast episodes, or you can click on playlists. You will see there a library of videos, 60-second reviews, pop culture favorites, everyday makeup collection, clean with me videos.
This was like... What year were we? 2015?
There's our binge-worthy playlist, Taste Test Week playlist, monthly goals, favorites videos, mom dilemmas, in the kitchen videos, Oreo taste. There are hundreds of videos of the two of us from our earlier days on YouTube. So I almost wonder, should we do on Instagram like a YouTube video of the week and just post like a link?
Yikes.
No? All right.
I'm just afraid. Well, we could, I guess. Well, yeah, sure, why not? Well, there's some real gems over there. Real funny stuff.
I think so too.
This is before we got into Hallmark, obviously. We were just doing other stuff.
We shelved the YouTube channel in the beginning of 2020, deciding to
pivot.
And it wasn't until later that year that we would launch our first podcast, Long Story Short with Megan and Wendy, which gave birth to Girls Gone Hallmark.
Yeah.
It's there. Tons of information. We'll link it.
And then you can say what voice is coming from.
Then you'll know.
Which chick.
Then you'll know. Hopefully.
Paula writes in regarding Jen Lilly. She says, you knew I would jump in on this. About a year ago, I posted about a Jen Lilly jag I was on. I got some positive feedback, especially when I was surprised there was no Jen Lilly page on Hallmark Plus. This was before I knew that her and I would never go to brunch together. I think in a later post you mentioned your disdain for her. I do like her movies, though. Here are my faves in no particular order. I'm going to pause right there. Disdain is a strong word.
I agree. I don't think that's accurate. Her movies haven't hit for you.
Basically. That's basically. It's complicated, but if we just get down to like the movies, they just haven't hit for me. Here's Paula's list. Winter Love Story, Paris Wine and Romance, in parentheses, not chocolate. She is referring to a little, some of these names are so similar. The list goes on. Yes, I do. A Little Daytime Drama, Harvest Love, A Dash of Love, Eat, Play, Love, Love Unleashed, Mingle All the Way. Have you watched any of those movies?
A Little Daytime Drama we have watched. Mingle All the Way we have watched. I don't know if I've seen any of the others. A Little Daytime Drama is Pavey.
I don't remember if I liked it or not. It was a long time ago we watched that, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Paula goes on to write, I couldn't watch the USS Christmas. You know how critical I am of Hallmark's treatment of the Army and Marines. I am more critical of their treatment of the Navy.
Thanks, Paula. Next up, Mary emails with the question posed to us about Love at Hope Ranch. Did you know the actors who played Tom and Lori are married in real life? I did not.
Good for them. That's exciting.
Yes. So those actors are Scott Martin and Stephanie Baran playing Tom and Lori. And of course, they are a love interest in that movie. Didn't know it.
That makes me feel better, actually.
That's brand new information.
Yeah. Mackie writes in regarding Jen Lilly. Hey, if you guys don't know, Mackie does some work for us, and she's incredible. So shout out, Mackie.
That's right.
She writes, hi, Wendy. This is in response to my call for Jen Lilly movies. We seem to share the same mixed feelings about Jen Lilly returning to Hallmark. The highest that I've rated a movie of hers is 3 out of 5 stars, and the 2 titles that I rated 3 stars are Winter Love Story, co-starring Kevin McGarry, and A Dash of Love, co-starring Brendan Penny. Although they're both very traditional, I find them enjoyable enough. I mean, I could give A Dash of Love. Brendan Penny is enough for me to tune in. Even Kevin McGarry.
Yeah.
So you guys are all over the board with these Jen Lilly movies, though.
There's not one that everyone's like, you have to watch this one.
Yeah.
Well, I think it makes sense, perhaps, to watch Paris Wine and Romance since the co-stars are the same. Since she and Dan Janot are in that together, and that's what they'll be in together later this month. Our final email is from Lisa regarding Murdoch Mysteries on Hallmark Plus. I hear a lot of people complaining about the old reruns and non-Hallmark originated programs, and I get it. How many times do we have to see Golden Girls repeats when it's on other channels? But since I have given up complaining and condemnation for Lent, much more spiritually beneficial than giving up chocolate, I love this email, I want to say how much I am enjoying the Murdoch Mysteries, even though it's from 2008. I don't know about you, but I could just stare at Yannick Bisson's amazing eyelashes forever. Maybe we could get him to guest star in a Hallmark movie, as we mature ladies need to see some smoldering older men once in a while.
Cosign.
We actually need a few more films where the leads are in their 50s and beyond. What say you? I know you have little influence over the artistic choices of Hallmark, but I'm sure someone in their user experience department reads your work, so keep it coming.
Love this email so much.
From Lisa Heine Forever. I'm going to leave her last name out.
Yeah, I love this email so much. There's so many things I want to comment on.
First of all, giving up complaining and condemnation for Lent, that needs to be my New Year's resolution for the entire year, except I don't know what I would do with myself.
I agree. Also, the Murdoch Mysteries, every time I turn on Hallmark Plus, it feeds it to me, and I'm like, do I need to watch this? Is this my throw-on show that I don't need to pay that close attention to because I'm not reviewing it?
Well, yesterday when I was watching Sugar and Vice, it just fed right into a Murdoch Mysteries.
Yes, it did. Mine too.
I didn't watch it, but it wanted me to.
Mine too. Also, I agree. Us mature ladies need to see a smoldering older man once in a while.
You know, this is only semi-related, but the not at all Hallmark friendly show DTF St. Louis on HBO Max, all 4 leads are in their 50s, which I love. I just wanted to say, like, we don't get a lot of that.
No.
And they look like they're in their 50s.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
Like they have their original faces.
We've talked about this a lot. We like the second chance romance movies. We like a cast a little mature. I like it all. Like, give me the young up and comers. Give me the hot smoldering men and women, both. But I feel like anybody of a certain age, and I love her to death, Barbara Nevin. Like, she's checking that box on there. Like, where are your 50 plus old?
Yeah. She's in the new Lacey Chabert movie. She's in Hannah Swenson. She's like, Barbara Niven is the best, but there's no one else her age.
I'm looking at you like with a big question mark on my face.
Come on.
And let's talk about the dudes. Like, give me a 50-year-old dude. Give me a Gregory Harrison. Where are you?
Yeah.
Like, he's in his 70s. But man, still looks good.
I think we got actually quite a few Hallmark dudes in there. Well, do you think Victor Webster is in his 50s?
I don't know. I don't want to guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like, if you are, like, play in your 50s. You could still be smoking hot in your 50s. I'm tired of seeing hot dudes of a certain age
Relegated to the grandfather role.
or they're trying to get married for the first time to a 30-year-old. Can we something? We want to across all age ranges? I don't know. That's where I'm at right now.
All right. Well, that's a wrap on this month's listener mailbag. Although, it is still early. So if those emails come pouring in and voicemails, you may get another episode from us this month. We'll be back next time with more Hallmark reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.